Peace, family. Welcome back to the channel. In this one, I was kind of inspired by this lady running for president. She starts talking about reparations for the 40 acres and a mule that black people was promised but didn't get. Well, I'm going to give you the rundown on the 40 acres and a mule, the origin, and show how black people did get this land, only for it to be taken back by white folks. All right, it says 40 acres and a mule. On January the 16th, 1865, during the Civil War, Union General William T. Sherman issued his Special Field Order Number 15, which confiscated as Union property a strip of a coastline stretching from Charleston, South Carolina to the St. Johns River in Florida, including Georgia's Sea Islands and mainland 30 miles in from the coast. The order redistributed roughly 400,000 acres of land to the newly freed black families, basically in 40-acre segments. On January the 12th, Sherman and Stanton met with 20 black leaders of the Savannah community, mostly Baptist and Methodist ministers, to discuss the question of emancipation. Lincoln approved Field Order Number 15 before Sherman issued it 4 days after meeting with the black leaders. From Sherman's perspective, the most important priority in issuing the directive was military expediency. It serves as a means of providing for the thousands of black refugees who had been following his army since its invasion of Georgia. He could not afford to support or protect these refugees while on campaign. The order explicitly called for the settlement of black families on confiscated land, encouraged freedmen to join the Union Army to help sustain their newly won liberty, and designated a general officer to act as an inspector of the settlements. Inspector General Rufus Saxton will police the land and work to ensure legal title of property for the black settlers. In a later order, Sherman also authorized the army to loan mules to the newly freed settled farmers. So we got the land, the mules, and the land titles. If we take a close look at the lands given out after the Civil War, we notice that they are in the Seminoles area, in the ancestors of the Seminoles land. The Revolution Rebellion, aka the Seminole War, led to land and rights to freedom. To land and a right to freedom. Freedom does not and will never equal U.S. subject citizenship. The 14th Amendment made black people property of the federal government and not individual property. So the same way that they got this land through the act of confiscation is the same way that basically black people came under Union lines. The order had little concrete effect when President Andrew Johnson issued a proclamation that returned the lands to the former Southern owners that took a loyalty oath. General Sexton and his staff at the Charleston, South Carolina Bureau Office refused to carry out President Johnson's wishes and denied all applicants to the land return. In the end, Johnson and his allies removed General Saxton and his staff before Congress was able to provide legislation to assist some of the families keeping their land. So blacks did receive this land only to have it taken back. And this is the oath. The following oath was required under Johnson's 1865 proclamation. I, whoever, do solemnly swear or affirm in the presence of Almighty God that I will henceforth faithfully support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Union of the states thereunder, and that I will, in like manner, abide by and faithfully support all laws and proclamations which have been made during the existing rebellion with reference to the emancipation of slaves, so help me God. So all these people had to do was take an oath. This is the Southern Confederacy people who rebelled. They took an oath and they received this land that was given to the blacks. They got this land back. So these people was rewarded for revolting. They got their land back. They got reparations for losing their slaves in certain areas, while black people didn't get nothing. And the land that they did get and work on, it was given back. So no, she's not right that black people didn't get 40 acres and a mule. Black people did get 40 acres and a mule only for the U.S. government to renege and take that land back. But this is a Free Black Society presentation. Never forget your history. Peace.